So let's start with the question number 5. So in the question number 5, they are talking about circles. So here the equation of the circle is this, which is the circle C1, and the question is to find the radius of the circle, this and the center. Okay, so then they are coming about like a circle too, but let's come back to that later. So here we will start our work with the first part. So here once we saw this, so what comes to the head at first is the general equation of a circle. So the general equation of a circle, what we have is, it's x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared. So then the center is going to be a comma b, and the radius is going to be r. So this is the main theory behind the equation of a circle. So if the equation is in this format, we can get that there. So this is our equation. If the equation is like this, we can get the center and the radius. Okay, now we have to format this equation in the form of this. To move that, we have to use the completing the square method. Okay, so for the completing square method, so I'll just quickly show you a shortcut. So whenever you have a x squared plus fx, how do you represent it is f x completing square is f plus f divided by 2 whole thing squared minus, so this divided by this one gonna be squared again. So we have to subtract this additional component which is coming. Okay, with this knowledge, let's start our working. So we have x squared negative 6x. So in this one, what we can do is, what would be x minus 3 whole thing squared minus 9. So this is our first one. So we can see related to x, these are the two terms. Other term should be y squared plus 5y. In such cases, so if it's plus, so we know it's a bit concerning for us, but let's start with the way that it is. How 5 divided by 2 square minus this thing square means 25 divided by 4. Okay, we have that. So let's substitute our findings in the main equation. So here what we got was x squared minus 6x plus y squared plus 5y minus 41 equals 0. So how do I get it is, this is my very first equation that they provided me for C1. Okay, with the answers that I have, so this is gonna be x minus 3 whole thing squared minus 9, and this is gonna be y plus 5 divided by 2 whole thing squared minus 25 divided by 4. So I'm going to send in this 41 to the other side. I'll send this 41 to the other side. Okay, now we are happy with what we came across. So we have x minus 3 squared plus y plus 5 over 2 squared equals, so when you send all the numbers to the other side, you can calculate it easily with the calculator. So what you're going to get is 225 divided by 4. We know according to this equation we want the right side also to be squared. So let's root this. So once we root this, what we're going to take is, when we take the root of that, it will be 15 divided by 2 whole thing squared. So now this perfectly aligns with the equation that we have, perfectly in the sense there's a slight modifications that you want to make, because it's x minus a squared plus it's y minus p squared equals r squared. So here my a is gonna be 3, my p is gonna be negative 5 over 2, and r is gonna be 15 divided by 2. So according to this, my center of the C1 circle is 3 comma negative 5 over 2, and the radius is this. So this is my center of the circle C1. Okay, so this is the bit of the working for this question. Yeah, so this is quite important to know about when the equation is given, how to go for the center and the radius. Good. So let me quickly clear this workings. So once we have this equation, so let's read through the C2. So now they are talking about another circle which is C2. So where it has a center where negative k comma 0 and where k is a positive constant and a radius is given. And they're talking about these two circles touch with each other. So when the two circles touch with each other, it can be, I'll just keep this information there if we, in case we need it. So let me quickly write it. The center was 3 comma negative 5 over 2 and the radius was 15 divided by 2. Okay, now let's explain this. Okay, when two circles touch, what we can see is if the one circle is like this, if the one circle is like this, and the second circle can be like this. So in that way, center of this and the center of this, if we mark it, the gap between two centers, if I mark it as CD1, the gap between two centers, it can be the radius R1 for the circle 1, R2 to the circle 2. So I can write the D will be R1 plus R2 if they touch each other externally. If they touch externally, we can say this. But in this question, there is no much information whether they touch externally or internally. But I think with the points we can go for it. But let's quickly analyze this what they are talking here. And another option is if the circle is like this, the second circle can also be like this. So in that way, there's a chance the distance between two circles can be, if we take this full one, that is the R1. This full circle, full radius is going to be R1. This smaller radius is going to be R2. So if I go to this relationship, if they are touching internally, what do I have is D equals R1 minus R2. So these are the two options when two circles touch. So since there is no much implication on whether they touch internally or externally, we might have to think about both and go for it. But here we have a small hint that k is a positive constant. K is a positive constant. And they are asking us the exact value of k. So when they ask the exact value of k, don't go for like a bad decimal. So just keep the answer as you get. Okay, let's consider they are touching externally. They are touching externally. So let's do that part here. So if they are touching externally touch, we have D equals R1 plus R2. So here in this question we can get the D. So we know the centers. D is gonna be, D is gonna be distance between two centers. Our one center is this and one center is this. So here, to get the distance between two values, it's always going to be x1 minus x2 whole thing squared plus y1 minus y2 whole thing squared, and you root it. This is the common equation. So with this equation we can quickly get that. So let me write it. Our d is gonna be, we can start with either we like. So I'm gonna start with the first one. It's negative k minus 3 whole thing squared plus 0 minus 15 minus 5 divided by 2 whole thing squared, and we wrote it. So d is gonna be k plus 3 whole thing squared plus 25 divided by 4 root. Okay, so we have our d. So let's write the d somewhere so that it will be easy. D is gonna be k plus 3 whole thing squared plus 25 divided by 4 and a root. Okay, now what we have is, we have R1. So let's put this back to our question. We have this root equals R1 was 15 divided by 2 plus 5. So these are the piece of information that we had. Here we have 1 radius. Here we have a 1 radius. Okay. So when we add it and when we do the simplification, so let's get this expression so that we can do that. Let's go to this step. This side, so here gonna be 15 divided by this plus, so it's gonna be 25 divided by 2. So you have this whole expression, so I'm not rewriting it. So once we this one, I'll write it in this step so that I can utilize this step for the next one. So I have this simplification, so I have k plus 3 squared, so I'm going to square the whole expression, plus 25 divided by 4 equals, this will be 625 divided by 4. Okay, so once we have k plus 3 squared will be, we will get that as 150. So our k would be root of 150 minus 3. So how we have is, root of 550, it's going to be 5 root 6 minus 3. So this is our k. So just to check, I'm going to check this number. So this is somewhere around 9 something. So yeah, we are good. So this is positive. So this can be an answer. So k can be this value. It's an acceptable answer. Okay, now we're gonna check when the graph is internally touch. So once the external touch part is done, so let me quickly go to the internally touch. So I'm gonna quickly show you without wasting the time. So I'll do the working only here. So here, when they internally touch, so when they internally touch, it will be subtraction. So this would be subtraction. So here it's not 25 divided by 2, so it would be a different number, which is 5 divided by 2. So once you have 5 divided by 2, okay, once you have this, so this might change. Let me write the positive answer quickly on the top so that we don't lose it. 5 root 6 minus 3. One answer was 5 root 6 minus 3 k equals Okay, now we have that. So once we have this number, so it is going to be this one, which is 5 divided by 2. When you square it, 5 will be 25. This should be 4. So we can say this is going to be 0. So k in this case, k plus 3 bracket k plus 3 will be 0. So in this case, we can see k plus 3 equals 0. So which means k will be negative 3. And we can say this is not acceptable because k is greater than 0. So we know, so we can't go for this answer. So internet touch is not correct. So what is the correct answer is k being this, because that's the only one that you give the positive value. So the final answer is k is this. So don't go for simplification because they're asking the exact value. So let this be. Thank you.